What's up guys, Dark here, and quite literally actually it's really dark here. So I decided to make a new series. It's going to be a CSS. I will dedicate myself into the CSS for now, then I will move to a JavaScript and other stuff, but for now it's going to be just CSS. So I'm about to dive in. It's going to be a cool graphical stuff, and right now I will just start with easy one. The easiest one there I can think of is just a text and some button. So I'm just going to make a button, and this is a tutorial about the CSS button. Okay, let's start with what is a CSS, what is a Visual Studio, and how can you modify the website to look cooler using 3 different methods, which is essentially just styling. So first of all, this Visual Studio Code has emit, which allows you to have abbreviations. As you can see, I just popped some exclamation mark and I got the whole thing, the head and body and HTML. So I'm just going to pop this. I also have the live server installed. That means whenever I click the save, it refreshes, it sends the signal to refresh the whole page right here. But right now it doesn't have a body, so that's not why it's not happening. But right now if I say button and save, alright, there you can see the update and everything. So first of all, let me make the button actually. So input button, and class is going to be button, and value is going to be a button. Let's see. Alright, we have a button here. When we see it's a button. How do we modify this? We can do 3 types. First of all, let me just go ahead and modify the element itself. So you can actually just type the style in the element, and inside these quotation marks you can just type the normal CSS stuff like background is, say, my favorite color, and hit save, and as you can see, background change. You can do another type of thing, which is instead of having external CSS file, you can have internal. In the HTML, just put the style. It's like a JavaScript. Instead of having a different page for the JavaScript, you can pop the JavaScript right into your HTML. And right here we need to change what element we want this background color to apply to. I'm going to sell as the body, and let's close the curly braces here. Sorry, there we go. Nope, there we go. Okay, as you can see, the body changed. And how do we pick the class which I gave the button? So you can put some input instead of like this, but I'm going to have like 20,000 other inputs, so I don't want everything to affect that thing. I want it to affect only the button which I want, and I gave it class button. So if I say here like background being red, let's say, when I save, as you can see, nothing happens because I must take a class and not the element. btn is not the element on my page. The class is the element. Class, you can target class by saying dot and then the class name. So let's take all of this code, copy it, and I'm going to delete this section, and I will save here. You can see everything go back to normal, and I will link the style CSS to this page. Let's say you do not have the style CSS created yet and you're in the Visual Studio Code. If you're in the Visual Studio Code, let me just quickly delete this, and I will show you what happens and why the Visual Studio Code is actually very nice. So if I link let's say my style.css, or you can say something else like button.css, it doesn't really matter. And it's when you go ahead and follow the link, it's going to say like, yo, it doesn't exist, do you want me to create it? Yep, create it. And boom, we have buttons.css. If I paste everything here and save, did I not save the HTML? Yeah, I did not save the HTML. Okay, now when we save, as you can see, everything changes according to this thing. Alright, so let's sorry, let's like this and pop this like this, and also I will take the universal selector. That means, like, if I say right now the background being my favorite color, it's going to, alright, let's delete this. It's going to not only affect the body, so if I delete the body right now, it's not going to only affect the body, it's going to affect everything in between. That means the background for my button is black, or not black, my favorite color. As you can see, the button has quite a huge margins and paddings, and I want to remove them and give them my specific. I could just give them my specific down in the line, because down in the line applies the more stricter. So that means, like, if you say that right here everything is black, and then apply the button, let's say .btn background being let's say blue, it's going to affect the this thing. And if I go ahead and say here margin 0 and padding 50 pixels, 25 pixels, sorry, double quote, there you go, it affects everything. And but the margin for the body itself, which is right here, let's go ahead and say margin, sorry, not margin, the body, and right here margin 0, as you can see it goes back. But if I want this margin to be affected to everything, I'm going to need to change something like this. So instead I'm going to put here margin 0 and padding 0. This calls a resetting the margin and padding. As you can see, it reset, and now everything is where it needs to be. If I take the body now and I take this, pop inside the body and save, it's going to be very nice. I don't want this to be a background 0 and stuff like that. For now it's going to be another color, and I'm going to give it a position because I want to center it, because this is the only thing that I'm doing in this tutorial. I'm going to do like cool button. You can position your button wherever you want. Probably you already have the position, but right now we're doing just a button. That means I'm going to center it. I'm going to give the position of absolute. That means it's absolutely in the position right now 0 0. And I will give it a deviation from the left and deviation from the top. So let me show you guys. Deviation from the left, I'm going to give a 15 pixel, and you will see it deviates from the 15 pixel. But you can actually deviate it by 50%. Either you're going to say 0.5 view width like this. I mean 50, sorry. 50 view hit, or you're going to say just 50%. It's going to be the same thing. And now we're going to deviate from the top 50%. But as you can see, it's more than 50% out. It's 50% from this point on, and I'm going to it's basically like deviation is from this point, and I'm going to now take half of this and put basically take half of this side and put it right here, so deviation is not here but here, and same thing with the height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform, translate, and I'm going to transform the X and also the Y by 50% of the size of our button. Okay, it's good. Now I'm going to give my button some padding. I already gave padding, so I don't need to. And also I'm going to give some text decorations, some backgrounds and some hover effects, maybe some active effects too. I will try to be fast as possible, and I will try to explain to you guys what I'm doing as much as possible, but I don't want this to be like 2 hours video, so I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to get some text font size. Font size. I will take font size of 24 pixels for now. It's good. I will need to make some font family. I'm going to give it cursive, so it's curved, as you can see. Font style. I will give font style of an italic right now. Let's see. Also, I'm going to give a font weight of bold. It's good. Now I'm going to say text, not decoration, not size. Alright, none of that. If you don't remember stuff, or you guys want to see some cool stuff right now, it's a Firefox developer tools. It has a very nice stuff, and as you can see, if I go to font right now, I go to my input. As you can see, I can do a spacing, and when I change here, as you can see, letter spacing, so I can just do that, letter spacing, and I'm going to get the letter spacing of how much, not em, not rem. Going to give about 4 pixels. Okay, it's good. 4 pixels is good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with 8 pixels. Okay. Alright. Let's continue with the color, the shadow, and background, and also the border. So I'm going to say border is none. Say the color is light blue. Text shadow, I'm going to get texture shadow. If it's a light blue, I'm going to give a black, so that means 0 pixel deviation, 3 pixel of black. Let's see, it's good. I'm going to give a background. It's going to be none of that. It's going to be a linear gradient from black to white. Let's see. Good. It's actually not good. Let's give it 90 degrees. Alright, let's see. Alright, it's good now. Background size, I'm going to give 200%. Position is already left. Background position, it's going to be left. And as you can see, when we change this to the right, not tight, it's right, it's going to be white, not tight, left. Okay, there we go. We can do some lightning effects right now. So it's going to be a light in it's going to be dark inside the box, so it's going to be dark inside the box, and white outside of the box, like shining. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so we're moving to the box shadow right now. Box shadow is a very good thing, and everybody should know it. It's basically a glow, shadow, and everything in between in the same place. So box shadow is a great thing. Right now I'm going to go with inset. That means it's inside, and it's going to be black. So 0 pixel left, 0 pixel right deviation. So those first two are deviations. This is a X deviation, this is a Y deviation, and the next one is a spread. So I'm going to have spread of, let's say, 10 pixels, and the 4 pixels should be actual thing, and it's going to be a black. Let's save and see. Okay, it looks good, looks good. Now the outer border is going to be done like this. So you basically say comma instead of the ending the whole thing. What I suggest you to do when you're dealing with a box shadow or multiple shadows, use it like this. Don't like continuously go forward and continuously just out of the page. Like this is more understandable and visually it's good. So instead of inset, right now what we will have, we'll have 0 pixel deviation on the left and right, and we're going to have about same kind of spread. It's going to be actually 20 pixel spread and about 10 pixel of white, or I should say light blue. And it's over, hit over. Okay, it's good. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to inset this color too. Instead of having something like that, it's going to be inset 0 pixel, and it's going to be not 10 pixel spread, it's going to be about 6 pixel spread and about 2 pixel of the thing. And don't forget to comma this at the end, so you're going to get the results that you want. Okay, about the border should be, where's the border? Okay, I think I disabled the border, right? Border should be a 1 pixel solid black pixel. Solid, let's go with the light blue instead of black. No, I don't like it, so I'm going to just take the border to none. Okay. I will increase the inset. Actually, you know what? I will not increase the inset. I will go ahead and increase this one to a 4 pixel, being a 10 pixel spread. Something too much. Okay, 6 pixel, and this is going to be like 8 pixel. Yeah, I think this works a bit better right now. Let's go with the 4 pixel and 10 pixel spread. Yeah, I think it's too little of spread. Okay, this is a better one. Now I'm going to give some border radius, about 15 pixels. Yeah, I think it's good. It's actually very nice. Alright, let's move to the hover states right now. I want to make so when I hover in it, the outer glow is going to be actually inside glow, and the text should transform into the darker color text, and the text shadow is going to be a lighter color, and actually doesn't need to be a lighter color anyway, because the outside shining is going to be inside shining anyway. But let's go ahead and do it. So how do you do the hover state? You can actually just type dot btn, which is the class we choose, and you put a double dot, which is, I don't know, I have to research what the name is it for this one. And then you have like active, any link, blank, and current and stuff like that. But you can change hover here, hover, and here you have selected the hover effect. So let's try changing the background from being that to being white, like completely. Let's see. Okay, you hover and background is white. Now what we can do is, instead of changing the background to white, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to take this box shadow and take this position left and make the position to the right, And text shadow inset is going to be, first one is going to be a black, and no, it's not going to be black actually. Yeah, this inset is going to disappear because I don't need it. The other inset though is going to be a 0 pixel and 0 pixel, and it's going to be nearly full, so that's 40 pixel, about 20 pixel spread. Let's see. Oh, it's too much. Okay, 40 pixel is too much. Let's say 20 pixel. Alright, it's better now. The color of the text should go back to my favorite color, like this, and the text shadow should go to white. Okay, sorry, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 3 pixel, white, like this one. Okay, but we still need a shining light, so let's actually make a bit more. So I'm going to take about 3 pixel and 5 pixel, like this one. Okay, it's perfect, it's perfect. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to do the animation. So it's actually, you can see it's so ugly, like you hover and boom, it changes. So what you can do is you can animate this thing. You can actually do the full blown animation, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the transition. So transition, and I suggest you to do the same thing with the transition what you did with the box shadow. I'm going to copy this. Actually, I'm going to move this up like this and separate the transition and box shadow from other places. You can actually just say box shadow, like, and then control and / make a comment. You can just say this transitions and / sorry, control / don't emit this, please. There we go, and we have a transition here. I'm going to make the transition for the background position, the color, text shadow, and box shadow. So basically everything. Box shadow is going to be a 1 second, no, not 1 second, it's about 0.5 second, comma, background position, like this, copy, is going to be about 0.5 second too, comma, color is going to be 0.5 second. So I'm basically giving everything to text shadow, 0.5 second, and right here over, right here, comma, not the semicolon, it's a comma. Alright, so when we hover, as you can see, this changes like this, and I think I want color to change a bit faster and background to like come in faster. So background position, box shadow. So I'm going to make box shadow be a 2.2 and color be a 2.2. So let's see. I think that's good. I think that's good. Alright. Now what we can do is we can actually make the same thing for a tab. So if we say comma here and say dot button and state, the double dot means a state basically, and state must be focus. I'm going to make a focus state. So as you can see, both when I'm doing this and when I'm doing a focus state, it's working just fine. Okay, I guess it needed a like hard refresh to get the sizing. Alright, now our sizing is off. Font spacing, the 4 was a correct option. Okay, Alright, what we can do else? What else we can do? We can actually make the font size bigger when we hover. So I'm going to make about font size 13 pixel. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's good. But what it was? Letter spacing? Yeah. So I'm going to make a letter spacing smaller. That means it's going to be 0 pixel. So let's see now. Well, 0 is too much. Let's go 2 pixel. Yeah, like this. Like this. I think it's good. Now let's move into the other states. So we will have active state. That means like if there is no, like, this button doesn't take you to another page or another website, let's make so that when you click it and something opens, maybe JavaScript opens it or maybe CSS opens it, you can open stuff with the CSS. There's a very good trick using a checkbox, but I'm going to talk about that in another videos. Right now I will tell you guys that if you want to, like, this button to stay in the page, so when you click you want to see that it clicks, we can do the state for that too. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get the button state of active, and in the active state we're going to take the font size, and actually, you know what, let's add more stuff here. So let's add letter spacing. Let's add a font size 0.5, comma, and sorry, Emmett, please stop. 0.5 second. Okay, let's save. Now let's see. Not bad. Actually 0.5 is too much. I'm going to go with a 0.2. It's good. Okay. Alright. Let's go with the active one. What we're going to do with the active is we're going to have everything, letter spacing, font size, and stuff like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn this back to normal color. So it's going to be something like this, maybe. Let's try this out. Okay. Give me a second. Alright, this doesn't do good. I need to increase the darken one, and I need to actually change the color from being that to this one, and I need to copy this actually. Alright, let's see. Okay, it's pretty okay, but the thing is it needs to be higher. So I'm going to give the 20 pixel here and 20 pixel spread here. So if I do this, yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay. However, transitions for font size, text shadow. Oh, that's why. Because I need. No, I don't need. Actually, I don't need. Why? It should be good though. Right, we do have a transition from active to focus. So I'm just gonna take this transition and I'm going to apply this. It should be applied already actually. Yo, let me see, let me check actually. It's kind of weird. Okay, so what I've noticed is that when you're using a box shadow and when you're using transition of box shadow, you have to have the same amount of stuff that you had before, just change the numbers. That means like if you have inset, you can't just delete the inset and have the same amount of transition. So what you need to do is have like inset 1, inset 2 and normal ones, but when you don't need it, you don't go zero. You don't go like just delete. You go 0 0 0. And I believe that's where I did it, but then I remove it because I'm stupid. So yeah, that's what wasted my time right now. As you can see, when we go, it's not 1 second. It's actually 0.4 seconds, I believe. That was the box shadow transition, and as you can see, it works just fine. It's actually pretty good. And also the tab works fine, as you can see with the tab. And let's refresh. Maybe something messed up right now because letter size, letter spacing what was messed up before, but right now it works just fine. Okay, so I think that's very nice, and I'm pretty okay with the results. So first thing first, button is ready. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys like it. I get some error right now. Why am I getting some errors? That's weird. Wait, here's the error. Okay, the transition. Okay, there. I don't need the transition here. Okay, it should be fixed now. Yeah, it's working just fine. All right. So this was a button, and I see that it should be. Oh, it's more than one page theme. Okay, so it's good, and as you can see, we have some comments here. I'm going to like do something like this so you can actually see what's what. There's a box shadow and there's a transition. I think that's good, and I'm pretty sure it's fine right now. We have a hover state, focus state, everything's just perfect, everything's fine, and as you can see, it's going really well. Okay, so right now I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next CSS tutorial / videos. I will have the old projects right here, and I will make a new project, and it's going to come down like that. This was the first episode. Thanks so much for watching again. I'll see you in the next one.